Hello, how are y'all? It's been a week or two. Yeah, it's been a while, and the newsletter's late, and there are a lot of other things that have needed my attention and have not really gotten it. And I think that's resistance. I really do. I think it's resistance. There's a number of things that I need to do today, one of which is to address the obvious, the elephant in the room, or the elephant outside, maybe I should say. I don't know. So I guess first, I've been making a lot of changes, working through a lot of issues and doing quite a bit of things. And I think one of the things that comes up when you're making positive changes, when you're doing things like this, is resistance. I've talked about resistance before, and it didn't hit me until this morning when I got up and I made my cup of coffee and I sat down to do some morning pages, and it hit me when I was writing the morning pages. And then I checked my email, and I had an email from Enthusiastically Dawn from the Planner Bootcamp, and I started working through some of it. And I realized she was talking about resistance. And synchronicity has been this thing with me. Things come up, and it's like that you're on the right track when things just keep hitting home. When the message it's not only tapping on the door, it's gone past knocking on the door. It's just kicked the door in and said, hey, look, I need you to pay attention. I really need you to pay attention. See my house in the background here. I'm sitting by my wisteria bush with all its little blooms on it, and right now they look varying different shades of purples and blues with some white at the tip. And I think that's me right now. Sorry for the lawnmower. Neighbors cutting their grass. But I think that's me right now. I think I'm at this place where there's all these different shades of me, like an onion, all these different layers, like that bloom of wisteria with its different shades of purple, from very dark to almost white. The layers, I've been eating away at the layers, peeling them back, peeling them back, peeling them back. And as I've peeled them back, I've come up against resistance. And the resistance, in all actuality, it's a bit futile. Because I'm going to get past it no matter what. But maybe it's taken me a little bit longer than it should have, or maybe it's taken me the exact right amount of time. I don't know. But I do know that I'm at this place where it hit me, those aha moments this morning. Like I said, as I was doing morning pages, I have been fighting the creative urge. I have been fighting the planning thing. I've been resisting. I have, at times over the last week or two, especially this past week, fought that. And I guess it was subconscious, because I felt this block. I've been writing for Camp NaNoWriMo. And I have, in this past week alone, written almost 9,000 words. And it's been really good. But I've been so focused on the writing, so focused on getting the writing done and trying to finish my novel and trying to hit the goal in Camp NaNoWriMo, trying to get back my focus towards writing, that now I've kind of let the art and the journaling slip to the wayside. And it's like in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, oh, well, I have to do one or the other. Well, I have to do one or the other. And I don't have to do one or the other. I can do both. I just need to find a better balance. I need to find something that works for me. That's been a bit difficult. It's been a bit difficult because the more that I do one thing or the other, the more in the back of my head I have this block, this line, this boundary that says you're doing something. You know, you've got to do one or the other. You're doing this or you're doing that. And I think I've done that to myself. And Project Self is really about changing things for the better. It's about taking better care of me. It's about taking better care of my mind, my body, my spirit, my environment. It's about working on issues. It's about getting to a place where I'm doing better, where I'm more productive, I'm more organized, I'm more creative, I have more balance. It's about doing things that work and keeping a positive attitude. It's about having a happier, healthier, more productive, more successful, better me. And you know, Planner Boot Camp couldn't have come at a better time, because Dawn's email to all of us in the boot camp at the group, wow, it really just knocked everything that I was thinking about in my morning pages out of the ballpark. It really did, because not only did the serendipity sort of happen when I signed up for Planner Boot Camp, but I think Project Self in and of itself is sort of a serendipitous thing, because it's come at just the right moment. You know, we all have self-doubt. We all have times we all have times when we question the things that we're doing, especially if you're really into planning, journaling, art, crafts, creative stuff. Yesterday, on Friday, I spent the day with my mother-in-law. We went to the farmer's market. They have a new one here. It was more of a farmer/craft market. Not as many vegetables and fruits, not as much of the farmer's market part of it as I thought there was going to be, but there was a lot of craft stuff. I didn't really get anything at all. I didn't buy anything. My mother-in-law bought a big jar of honey and bought Mr. Rockstar some strawberry syrup. She got herself and us a little bit of zucchini and squash. While we were out, I also had to go research sheds, because Mr. Rockstar's friend, who is about to purchase a shed, that's the long story. He's going to store it in our yard, and when he's done with it, it's going to be ours, mine. So Mr. Rockstar and I have been discussing, I think I may be selling my shed to my brother, and if that will work, then that would be great, because then I will have enough money to fix my car, to get a few things fixed and stuff around here, and that'll be good. If my brother doesn't decide to buy it, then next year tax time is, and regardless of what else happens, next year our taxes are going to put a new engine in my dad's truck and move my shed here. So, well, I guess we'll see. I don't know. We've got to get a couple of trees cleared out of the yard before we can do that, because my shed is really big. It's really long. But anyway, so where I'm at with this whole synchronicity thing is feeling like the resistance. Nothing has quite worked out in some areas the way I expected. Other things have worked out better than I expected. Some worse, some better. I feel really good, and at the same time, I feel like I've sort of done myself an injustice. I feel like I wasn't nearly as prepared as I thought I was, and I have something to share with you that I think is going to make this process a little bit more creative and a little bit more fun. I ordered it a few weeks ago, before all of this really started going on with the finances, before things started hitting us, bombarding us, before I knew that the dental thing was going to cost so much. I ordered it when I very first started talking about Project Self. I thought it would be a really good addition to the notebook, and since I got it, I realized that my notebook wasn't really going to be quite enough or big enough, or redoing a few things, of course. So I hope that you'll enjoy the next part of this. I feel like I'm in a good place. I'm getting outside more. I got out of the house. I was gone all day yesterday. So by the time I got home last night, yesterday evening, and Mr. Rockstar and I ate, and then Mr. Rockstar went to work, I sat down on the couch, and I should have never done that, because then I got relaxed, and then that was it. I went to sleep. So I've been up since early this morning getting a few other things done. I actually took a long hot bath, shaved my legs finally. Oh my God. It took me 2 razors, but it's okay. I'm getting there. Some of that was self-care. Some of that might have been TMI. But I need to do a few things. I've still got the newsletter to finish and get up, but now I think I'm going to add something to it. We'll see, I think. Because the one clip that I thought was going to turn out really good didn't. So I think I'm just going to show this journal, and I'm going to do something creative. And then that way y'all have something new, and the newsletter has something new. I'll be back. Alright, so it's been a while since I've shown this. And this is the new notebook that's going to go with this. I haven't decided yet whether I want to take one of these out. But, so I haven't really been using this very much for YouTube. So I decided to switch things up. I needed more space for what I was doing. So I did this, and I need to fill that in. Fill this in, but I did write some stuff here. And as you can see, creative resistance blocked. So continue to work on going to bed early, getting up early. And then I have May, and you can see where I've done just 1 page of journaling. I got up to here. So that's what I have so far for here. And this is for Planner Boot Camp. I still have our personal stuff in the front, but right here is where I have Planner Boot Camp. This is stuff that, so monthlies, weeklies, dailies, and that's it for there. But this is what I wanted to show. This is what I'm going to be using in addition to. I ordered this from, I have her card somewhere. I have her card. I will leave the link in the description. She has an Etsy shop, and it's Becca Cahan looks like. And I really like this. Now some of this I may change. It might not be traveling. I might put something different instead of traveling. It might be journey. I might change that to journey. I think it might be. Because this is a more of a figurative journey than a literal. So, but I think it is so close to being exactly what I need. How can I affect change in my community? How can I affect change in my family? Five words that best describe me. Little ideas, big ideas. Good friends are like stars. You don't always see them, but you know they're always there. Life is very short. There's no time for fussing and fighting, my friend. Who do I need to forgive? How well do I manage anger? What random acts of kindness made a difference in my life? Hello, people I should stay in touch with. She is clothed in strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. My greatest strengths are my proudest achievements, my biggest disappointments, things I hope to accomplish in 1 year, things I hope to accomplish in 5 years. Let your heart be your compass. Thrive. That was my word last year. Have I learned any valuable lessons from my mistakes? What do I need to do now to feel satisfied with my life in the future? Siesta la vie. We may encounter many defeats, but we may not be defeated. Times have persevered and succeeded. Times when I've been acknowledged, strategies for future victories, my genius moments. Only by chancing the ridiculous can I hope for the sublime. How can I step out of my comfort zone? Times I've thrown caution to the wind, and how I felt after I did. I am stronger than fear. Advice for my future self. My timeline. Add peaks and valleys in my life and what they represent. Add the peaks and valleys. Highlights of the year. I am at my best on. We all have magic inside of us. My motto for life is, my lucky number is, talent plus passion, talent plus passion plus imagination equals what? How can I inspire kindness in others? 3 wishes for a better life, 3 wishes for a better world. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. My courage comes from. I will stand my ground for. My first act of bravery was little ideas, more big ideas. I am not afraid. I was born to do this. Things that come naturally to me. Times I've felt afraid. Times I've faced difficulty, pain, or danger without being afraid. If I were a superhero, I would look like. Be patient with yourself. Count to 10. Breathe. Listen. Be grateful. Things that stress me out. Things that calm me down. I exist as I am. I exist as I am. That is enough. I really like this page. I am beautiful because. Be your own kind of beautiful. Endless, thankful, eternally grateful. And then that's the end. And it does have a bookmark. That's her name. I will get the link to her Etsy store and put it below. She has a number of different kinds of notebooks. But this is called creative journaling. I really like this. She is an illustrator who also does watercolor and lettering and stuff. And I like this. I think it will go really well. Whoops. Well, I'm dropping everything. I think it will go really well with this. Like I said, I've debated on leaving this out of here and putting this in here with this and making this sort of project self. Haven't quite made up my mind because I think the planner boot camp for now is going to come in handy with some of this. So it won't fit in there with those two. But I can just kind of keep it with. So that's it. That's what I wanted to show you. I hope that you've enjoyed this. I've been putting things together bit by bit, and I'm liking. This came with this. I am really liking where I'm at right now as of today and yesterday. The weekend has actually improved things. I'm feeling better. I've been in a rough spot the last couple of weeks. Been fighting the depression and the anxiety, but I'm getting better. I'm getting better, y'all. So, you know, it's about the journey, not the destination, and it has been one heck of a journey the last couple of weeks, but I'm almost at 24,000 words for Camp NaNoWriMo, and I feel really good about that. And this matches that, y'all. It almost matches. So I will see y'all soon with some more video stuff. I have a plan with me to edit and put up on YouTube. I have a y'all will get it as well. I have some other stuff I need to do, and I'm almost finished with the newsletter. This is going to be their bonus video where I show the flip through of that and their talk, which you will also get. You're going to get all of this together. They're going to get just this and the one talk. So I will see y'all again soon. Thanks, y'all. Bye. Hello. So the wind is going to blow. The wind is going to really blow. But I wanted to take a few moments to come outside. One, to get some fresh air. We're going to get a storm. But before we get the storm, I'm going to sit out here for a few minutes and I'm going to have some coffee and we're going to talk, because it's been a week or two. I pulled the card for today and I was so thankful that I pulled this card. It's called The Blessing of Creativity. Express yourself creatively and reconnect with your inner child. As ideas and inspiration surface, express them without thought, censorship, or judgment. Don't try to make sense of things, just allow. Just feel, just be. This is a time where all is possible. You are limited only by what you think is impossible. So yeah, it's gonna hurt my hand holding this. But wish there was a way I could do this without anyway. I've needed a bit of a mental break. I've been doing so much, trying to get things done for the newsletter, trying to get things organized and clean and stuff in the house, and trying to get some plans together for creative projects, for Project Self. I was delving into some of the resistance because I have really been feeling a lot of resistance. And I got an email from Enthusiastically Dawn for the Planner Boot Camp that talked about resistance, and it all sort of hit home. I knew I was feeling blocked. I knew I was feeling resistance. I knew, along with depression. You know, grief hits you in stages, and I have, I think, evaded, maybe more or less avoided some of the grief. I've talked about it. I've dealt with some things, but I haven't dealt with everything. And I still don't think I've dealt with everything. I still think I have a long way to go. I still think that there are a lot of things I need to deal with, but I'm dealing with them. Bit by bit as they come up, I guess. But it's hard. There's been a lot going on in my family. My cousin's husband just died last month of the same cancer that my dad had, and she and her husband got married a month after Mr. Rockstar and I did. He was around my age, her husband, and she was probably right around Mr. Rockstar's age. And it hit me hard when I didn't go to his funeral. I just couldn't handle going to another funeral. I couldn't handle going to another funeral. And I didn't realize how much this had affected my creativity until just this last couple of weeks. Getting back into the creative bullet journal has been a blessing. And it allowed me to see some of the things I'd really been missing. Being in Planner Boot Camp after taking Allie Brown's Plan Your Peace course has really helped me see some of the mistakes I've been making with my planning. Already, Dawn, thank you if you're watching my newsletter. Thank you. And if you are a patron, thank you ever so much for your patience. I've been way too quiet on social media the last few days, the last couple of weeks. And I understand, believe me, that we all go through periods. We all need mental breaks. I checked my email and I didn't open it, but I did glance at it because it pops up with the notifications. I said she was taking a mental health day. And I know there are quite a few other people that do. Sometimes they take time off. I haven't taken very much time off from Patreon. I have produced a lot of content, or from YouTube really. Every now and again I'll take like a day or two where I don't, like where I take a break. It's been a long time since I took an actual break from YouTube, other than when my dad died, or sometimes not coming out with as much content. My content sometimes is less. But it's been a while since I took a break. And the last few days have shown me something. Or maybe I should say the last few days have revealed something. The longer you take away from something, the harder it is to get back into it. I got really frustrated and overwhelmed trying to edit a montage video for the newsletter. Super overwhelmed and frustrated. It's over an hour long. Every time I went to edit it, I was having issues with it, and then I realized something this morning. Maybe I just need to break it down into smaller bits. Edit those smaller bits and then put them into one video. I've been trying to edit the whole thing, and I think that's been my biggest issue all this time, for like over a year now. Nobody's ever taught me how to edit. I kind of just learned on my own, and I think sometimes I've been working harder, not smarter, when it comes to that. It is beautiful out here. I see all the dark rain clouds, y'all. I can see them. And it is windy, and the trees are really blowing. But I needed this. There's always the storm before the calm, and the card and this weather, y'all, things are gonna change for me for the better. Evidently I needed this time. Evidently my brain is smarter than I am. Evidently my subconscious, I should say, actually is smarter than my conscious, because I feel invigorated. I feel like I've had a weight lifted. I feel like I have surpassed some of the storm that has been this last few months, since July, really since before July, but mostly it really started in July, when my dad was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, when Mr. Rockstar was diagnosed with Crohn's. Talked about this in the video that I did yesterday where I walked outside, and you'll see the progression of this. And I know that some of this is going to be a bit redundant because I'm going to say the same things, but I tried yesterday. I got out and I filmed a little, and I watered some of my plants, and I did a little bit of stuff in the house. I have been nesting. I have been cleaning and organizing and nesting. I went yesterday and researched the storage sheds, cave. It's going to be a long while before I get in it. See, a lot of people would be like, no, but this. See, this feels like synchronicity to me. This feels like serendipity. I've not often done coffee chats outside. Every now and again I like to. When I feel like I really need some inspiration, when I feel like I really need to talk about something, there's nothing like getting outside to breathe a bit of fresh air into your soul, to clear your head and refresh your thoughts. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going to work on some collage stuff for Patreon, and I think the newsletter is different. It's different than YouTube. I add more stuff, and I don't want all of the newsletter to be about Project Self, but everything I'm working on lately, everything I've ever worked on really, has been about myself. You know, it's about whatever I need to get out, whatever I need, whether it's creative or emotional or mental, whether I'm doing brain dumps or I'm learning how to do a new technique or I'm trying something DIY. It's, in essence, it's about me and my process and my learning and my journey and, you know, what I'm going through. So Project Self really isn't any different than I'm doing already, except that now I'm talking about it more. So I think there are endless possibilities. I think there are endless possibilities to where this journey could take me. I think I am going to pick one day, every day during the week, and for 15 to 30 minutes, I'm going to time it, I'm going to learn a new technique. I'm going to streamline some of what I watch on social media, where I participate at in social media. I've been on social media way too much. I've been watching too much TV. I've been watching too much social media, too many videos, in too many groups. It's, the last couple of weeks have shown me taking quite a bit of a break from social media. Just how much I was really on, and just how much I depended on social media to inspire and motivate me, and I have to stop that some. I need to be inspired and motivated. Sorry, my camera stops after so many minutes. I need to be inspired and motivated all on my own sometimes by a book, by a magazine, by a walk in nature, by any number of things. So I feel like now is a really good time to, while I'm endeavoring on this journey, I think now is a really good time to do that. And I'm sorry that the camera's wobbly. I have a really old selfie stick that's really not meant to hold my large Canon camera, my fancy one. I appreciate your patience with the newsletter. The 2 coffee chats you're gonna get are gonna be older, so I guess you're actually going to get extra stuff. I'm gonna combine this stuff together, I guess. This is gonna be one hell of a newsletter. Maybe I need to sort of go ahead and change the date of the newsletter and make it for maybe the first Wednesday of every month or something. I'll look at the calendars, because doing the newsletter at the very beginning of every month has been really hectic, because there's a lot of stuff going on at the end of every month and at the beginning of the new month. So I don't know, but I'll look at a better date for all of this. Or maybe I will do this twice a month, like I talked about. Maybe I'll do this twice a month. Maybe I'll do it at the very beginning of the month and then the middle of the month, so that it breaks it up some. That might work better. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out some of this, because this is all new to me. This will be the 3rd, I think, newsletter. But I feel better. I'm ready to get back into the swing of things. I'm just gonna knuckle down and edit this damn video and get it done and get it up. And I hope that y'all enjoy it, and thanks for bearing with me. Thanks for hanging in there. and you're gonna be surprised at some of the new things, I think, because this last couple of weeks have really been instrumental in changing my perspective. It was something I really needed to do for me, I think, is take a break. Take a real break. I still did the coffee chats, but I needed a bit of a break. Whew, I feel better. So, well, I'm gonna go get creative, y'all. Bye.